story carries a trigger warning. We'll be speaking about the alleged sexual assault of a minor. So please, viewer discretion is advised. Now, it's a story that has shocked South Africans this week. A video of a woman allegedly forcing her young son to perform a sex act on her. The Commission for Gender Equality is asking that the public stop sharing the video. Let's discuss this further now. We're joined by Nomthandazo Sithole, who is a legal officer with the Commission. I want to say a very good morning to Nomthandazo, and that is probably because it's usually the respectful way to address somebody. But with the story that we are talking about, with how it's just shocked so many of us this week, it's not really a good morning because the question obviously is why. And what would you be going through as a mother to be wanting to do this to your young son? I mean, just your guys' reaction as the Commission for Gender Equality to something like this.
As the Commission for Gender Equality, we condemn such behavior and we have resorted to monitoring this matter. It is in court and we are monitoring to ensure that justice at the end of the day is served.
How do you successfully encourage public? Because you're dealing with two different people here, right? You're dealing with people that are actually genuinely against this and people that want to perhaps forward it and spread it because it's one of those things that they may be saying is that this woman needs to be vilified. This woman needs to be, to be shown as the criminal that she is. But then we can't even pretend that they don't exist. Then you have the sick ones, the sick ones who take some kind of pleasure from things like these. So how are you able to successfully encourage people to not forward this kind of content when you've got those that think they're doing it for the right reasons and then you've got the not so okay ones?
Well, what the public needs to be aware of is that legally, the Films and Publications Amendment Act prohibits the sharing of sexually explicit content, such as this video. It is a crime that can warrant up to 4 years imprisonment, and further, it can attract up to 300,000 rand, the form of a fine. And in the spirit of Ubuntu, there's a minor child involved, and the act of sharing amounts to further abuse of the child. Might be coming from a good place for the person who's sharing it, but there is this minor who is going to live with the stigma that is attached to this act.
I probably should have started my discussion with you, Nomthandazo, by asking, do you know if the minor is okay? Do you know if the minor is in a place of safety? And how are they, if you have that information, how are they being helped through this?
The information that the Commission has received is that the minor is at a place of safety and they are receiving counseling.
Let's go back to the legalities of sharing such gruesome content. You've mentioned what people can be facing, but how successful can authorities actually find the culprits who are sharing it? Be it, again, I say, with what they think are good intentions, and then those who are not doing it with good intentions. How can the authorities make sure that they're finding the right people?
Well, there are cyber cybersecurity legislations. The authorities can trace through an investigation. They can trace the origin and they can trace the trail of these videos. And if the authority is able to prove that the person did share or encourage through sharing the circulation of these videos, they can face prosecution.
Just before I let you go, Nomthandazo, what is the the Commission for Gender Equality hoping comes out of this case, both for the perpetrator and for even the perpetrators who are sharing this content that you are pleading with them to not share? What are you hoping becomes the outcome?
Well, the Commission for Gender Equality is an impartial institution, and when we intervene in such matters, what we always hope for is that justice is served at the end of the day. When we say justice, we mean justice in terms of the victim attaining justice being attained for the victim, and also those who have been proved guilty facing or getting the necessary sentences.
Nomthandazo, we'll leave it there with you. Thank you so much for being able to come on and to speak to us about this. Of course, that is Nomthandazo Sithole from the Commission for Gender Equality.